So you are looking at the Thrustmaster TX Racing Wheel online right now. You are ready to buy. You want that immersive sim racing experience. But you are hesitating. You need the truth about the real problems, the problems you will not see in the official marketing. But I have spent months with this wheel, and I have found critical flaws that might make you reconsider your purchase. This review is for anyone who wants to know the unfiltered truth about the TX before handing over their cash. For the best price, click the link in the description. But here is what surprised me: this wheel, with its official Xbox license, its high rating and premium leather promises, actually delivers an incredible driving feel. When it works properly, the force feedback through that dual belt system is smooth and detailed. Therefore, you are probably thinking this sounds like a recommendation. However, the contrarian snapback is that my experience and the experience of many long-term owners is a story of frustration and potentially expensive disappointment. Let us do a deep dive into the Thrustmaster TX Racing Wheel Leather Edition, starting with what you are actually getting for that price of around $415. This is a complete bundle. You get the TX servo base, the hand-stitched leather wheel which is detachable, and the T3PA3 pedal set with the conical brake mod. On paper, that is a fantastic package for the money. But you need to understand the core of this experience is the TX servo base, the heart of the system, and this is where the main problems begin to surface. I am going to give you the pros first because they are real. The force feedback is genuinely good. The brushless motor and the dual belt drive provide a smooth and relatively quiet operation compared to some gear-driven wheels. You get that 900 degrees of rotation so you can catch slides, you can feel the texture of the road and the weight of the car. The leather wheel itself feels fantastic in your hands. It is a proper size, and the stitching is quality. The pedals, the T3PA set, are a massive step up from the basic two pedal sets. They are metal, they are adjustable, and that conical rubber brake mod really does help with muscle memory for braking pressure. This is not a toy, it feels like serious sim racing equipment. Therefore, why is this review titled "Do Not Buy"? Open loop, the first major problem, and this is the most common one you will find in forums and in negative reviews after the warranty expires. We are about to talk about a component so critical that failing it is like your car engine deciding to retire while you are on the highway. Stay with me. The issue is internal overheating and a specific component failure related to the power supply and motor board. The TX base has a known, and I repeat, a widely known issue where after extended play sessions, or even sometimes out of the blue, the base will just die. It will lose force feedback completely, or the wheel will start calibrating erratically, and then nothing. No power. It becomes an expensive paperweight. I know someone is thinking, but mine has been fine for years, and that is great, and I am happy for you. However, the failure rate for this specific issue is high enough that it is the dominant complaint in the community. The repair is almost always replacing the main board, and it is not a cheap or easy fix for the average user. Thrustmaster's out-of-warranty support can be costly, so you are buying a premium product with a potential time bomb inside. That is not what you expect for over $400. Is your excitement for sim racing starting to cool down faster than the TX's faulty cooling should? Let us move to problem number 2, which is connectivity and software. The TX base is old. Its design dates back years. The software Thrustmaster uses for PC, called the control panel, is functional, but it feels like it was designed in the early 2000s. Updating the firmware can be a nerve-wracking experience because a failed update can brick your base. I have had the wheel disconnect randomly on PC mid-race, which is as fun as finding out your steering wheel has fallen off in real life. It is that jarring. On Xbox it is more plug and play, but you are then locked into the console's limitations for settings. But what about the design? Here is a joke: the mounting clamp for the TX is so robust and metal it feels like it could secure a cruise ship to a dock. Therefore, you would think it is perfect. However, the actual placement of the wheel release button is in a spot where if you have the wheel mounted to a desk, you will skin your knuckles on the desk every single time you try to press it to remove the wheel. It is a small thing, but it is a daily annoyance, a classic case of engineers not talking to people with desks. Every time I switch wheels, I feel like I am performing minor surgery on my own hand. Open loop problem number 3 is about future-proofing and the ecosystem. The TX uses the old proprietary Thrustmaster connector for its rims. This means if you want to upgrade to a different wheel like a Ferrari or a Formula-style rim, you are locked into Thrustmaster's ecosystem, and their rims are not cheap. Compare this to newer bases from competitors that use standard quick-release systems. You are investing in a platform that is technologically showing its age. The next question is obvious: what about the pedals? They are good, but they are not great. They lack a load cell brake, which is the single biggest upgrade for consistency in sim racing. So you will likely want to upgrade them soon, pushing your total investment even higher. Therefore, the initial value of the bundle starts to erode. Now for some real talk about value. At its core price, the TX Racing Wheel Leather Edition battles against newer wheels like the Fanatic CSL-DD, ready-to-race bundles, or even Thrustmaster's own newer T248. Direct drive force feedback is the new standard, offering more detail and faster response than belt-driven systems like the TX. The technology has moved on, so you are paying a premium price for last generation's high-end tech. It is like buying a flagship smartphone from 3 years ago. It might still work, but it is not a good deal. And with the known reliability issues, that is a risky proposition. We need to rehook here because I can feel your disappointment. But what if you already own one or find one used for a steal? Should you panic? Therefore, let us move to the resolution. This is my final verdict: who should actually buy this wheel and who should run away. If you are a casual racer who plays maybe a few hours a week on Xbox, and you find this bundle brand new on a deep discount, maybe 50% off, and you are okay with the risk of it failing after the warranty, maybe it is a consideration. But that is a lot of ifs. For everyone else, especially PC sim racers who are serious about the hobby and plan to put in significant hours, I cannot recommend buying a new Thrustmaster TX in the current year. The reliability concerns are too great, and the technology is outdated. Your money is better saved for a more modern direct drive ecosystem, even if it means waiting and saving a bit more. The peace of mind and the better performance are worth it. It is the classic story of buying cheap, buying twice, except in this case it is not even cheap. Spending $400 on a product with a known fatal flaw is not smart spending. It is like buying a sports car. Everyone knows the engine will blow up at 40,000 miles, but it looks great in the garage. Let us end with a final joke. They call it force feedback because you will need to use all your force to stop yourself from throwing it out the feedback window when it breaks. All puns aside, my goal with this review was to give you the honest perspective that the shiny Amazon page and the high rating will not. The rating is high because when it works it is genuinely good, but the negative reviews contain the crucial truth. I have given you the problems: the overheating, the potential for a costly failure, the dated design. The choice is now yours. You have the information. If you have weighed all this and still want to proceed for the absolute best price currently available on the Thrustmaster TX Racing Wheel, click the link in the description below to check the price on Amazon.